We're at the 2015 PGA show, familiar face with Koski, talking about this thing behind us. You got one in your hand. It's getting a lot of talk this week.
Absolutely. So what we have here is the Mac Daddy PM grind. It's Phil's new wedge. People saw at the PGA Championship that Phil put something a little different in play. And over the past 4 or 5 months, Phil's been coming down to our test center every 2 to 3 weeks and working on different evolutions of this wedge. And we feel like we got to a place where we really like where it's at.
Now, from the back, it obviously looks different, but the real, I guess, showstopper when you kind of think of it is when you turn it over, it's totally different than any wedge we've seen.
Absolutely, and so that's hard to do in the wedge category, as you know. Everything looks quite a bit the same. When you look at this wedge, obviously you see the high toe first. You also see these grooves that go out to this outer edge area. We've all hit wedge shots, whether it's in the sand or in the rough, where you get that mark up here, it gets a little scary. The ball comes out a little dead, a little short. And maybe doesn't have a lot of spin on it. So now we get spin on it, we've got a higher CG, and we can actually get those shots to the green and to the hole. What's
the early feedback you're getting outside of Phil Mickelson from the average golfer that says, you know, I may miss a little bit? What are they saying?
Is Gary Woodland average? Because I just showed him yesterday. Does that count?
Sure.
So we showed it to Gary, and he thought it was phenomenal. And the first thing he said was, well, typically I have so many ball marks outside of where the grooves are, it's just amazing. For the average guy, higher handicappers, they look at it and they see the bigger size and they see that it's just so much easier to hit and they get a lot of confidence out of it.
So Gary Woodland misses, but the guys on the internet and stuff don't?
No, never. Never. Internet golfers never miss the center of the face.
When is this hitting market?
So this will be in market on May 1st. You'll see it out on tour probably in the mid-March timeframe. Although with Phil, you'll probably see it a little earlier.
That seems to be expected. We want to hear from you guys when you get a chance to test it out. For THP TV, I'm Josh Babbitt.